afternoon. I'd like to call the Richmond Parks and Recreation Board to order. We'll start today's meeting by reading the mission of the Richmond Parks and Recreation. The Richmond Parks and Recreation Department provides for the positive development and well-being of the Richmond community through the provision of parks, greenways, trails, and recreational programming and facilities while working in cooperation with other service providers and partners in the community to maximize all available resources. Next, we have any introductions or welcome of special guests? All right, we'll amend the agenda to include items B, C, and D under new business.
I make a motion to amend the agenda to include items under new business. B, approval of revised contract 71-2025 to Davie Resource Group. C, approval of intercategory transfer. And D, revision to the 2026 rental rates.
All right.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. Approval of the minutes from the July 10th, 2025 meeting. Has everybody had an opportunity to review those? Any questions or corrections? All right, I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from the July 10th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Awesome.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Administration reports. Denise?
Yes, so hopefully you've had a chance to actually review the park superintendent report. There are plenty of pictures from the last month on there, and that's for all of July into August. And unfortunately, I can't share with you, but definitely take a look and see all of the great pictures from the Senior Recreation Center and into JUCO and our success with the market. And then I also put some gorge pictures in there for you. I visited the site today, had a site visit. Unfortunately, we did have some vandalism on our new trail nodes. There are 3 trail nodes, and the perimeters have been poured with concrete. We're waiting on the pavers to be in, but we did have a little bit of vandalism carved out, so we were talking about how we were going to mitigate that. But other than that, lots of concrete on site. Still working on that, and then we'll get the pavers in. They'll start working on the area there in the gorge on towards the riverway soon once the concrete's all laid. Lots of work being done. If anybody wants to go out and see the site, I'm happy to take you out there. But again, there's some work. Lots of great work being done by the floral division, recreation division. I put some stuff about what Stephanie's been involved in on there. Our new special projects and community engagement. She's been doing some tabling and working with our partners, as well as some pictures from JUCO and Touch Your Truck, and also our father-daughter date night. Our maintenance division's been working on a ton of projects, and so I put some new our new equipment on there, and also some roof work and some damage we had to one of our shelters. They got cleaned up pretty quickly. So all in all, lots of busy times that we've been having. So I wanted to make sure I shared that with you.
Wonderful, thank you. Park Assistant Superintendent report, Jim?
I have Jim coming up to the podium now. I asked him to supply you with some information just to highlight the pool attendance over the past 5 years, and just kind of give you a quick overview of how the pool season went, and to remind everyone why we do close so early. It's around this time when we do get those questions over Facebook and calls about why we do close early. So I'll have him kind of tell you a little bit about that. And then a new, fun, exciting thing we're doing for Middle Fork. So take it away, Jim.
Right. Good afternoon. Highlight the pool here. Our season, we had a very good season this year. Had a couple of instances, but they were resolved, and we had a good, smooth-running season. I gave you attendance for the last 5 years. As you can see, we have steadily grown in attendance since 2021. This year, we had 15,205 people utilize the pool, ranging from the citizens to our JUCO program to Boys and Girls Club to Girls Inc., Seaton's daycare. So it's utilized by a lot of people in the community. I want to thank my staff. They did an excellent job this year. And I'd like to thank VFW Post 1108 for their continued support for our family nights, and thanking RPD for their assistance also. Yes, our season is short, but that's basically due to lack of lifeguards. 99% of our lifeguards are high school students, and once school goes back, it's tough to staff. So that's the reason why we close when we do. Any questions or comments?
This isn't any different than any other year, I'm
No.
assuming. Jim.
When we've tried different things over the years, I've been there for a while, and I've tried different things, and it just doesn't work.
We've tried
As
to,
much as we try.
we've tried to stay open on Saturdays and see if we can get some students to work on Saturdays. And we tried that, 3 years ago, and it's just, we can't get enough to keep it open safely. So we've tried. Unfortunately, we just gotta, do what we gotta do.
And now for the reservoir. Things are going pretty smooth out there. Floating docks made repairs to our the 2 dock ramps at the boat dock. So they have been reworked and replaced and reinstalled and brand new. So they're in excellent shape now, once again. But we're going to try something different this year. We got a month and a half left of our season, and I handed you out a flyer here. Starting actually tomorrow, anyone who wishes to purchase a dock slip for the remainder of the season will also get included the 2026 season. So you'll buy your dock slip here between now and the end of our tenure out there, and it will include next year's dock slip. Questions? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
All right, moving on to division reports. We'll start with the financials. Emma?
All right, I've got my report in there as usual, but I also wanted to bring to your attention back when we had approved the rate changes going into next year, there was a little bit of a mix-up in the formula in my spreadsheet. It stated there was a $15 increase, but the formula and the numbers were for a $20 increase. So if you look in the folder, I had revised it, and so I broke down, there's the increase by $20, and then there's the increase by $15. So you can see the difference between what the bottom line will be. So we just wanted to verify and see what the board thinks and which way we should go, because while we stated 15, the numbers were 20. So we just wanted to kind of see what the board thought of which way we should go with that. The difference between the bottom line, really the 15 and the $20 increase is just over a $14,000 difference in the total from the estimates that I had made before.
We have that new business.
That was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that's what the other one was. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We can discuss it now, or we can discuss it in new business for approval. It's up to you.
Would you like to discuss it now, or
Or you can
wait till new
look at
business
it
for
now, and then
approval?
we can bring it back up.
Chance to do it now while you're here.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Pulled up a new business.
So if everybody has access to pull that up under new business. On your review, if there's any questions.
Explain to me again, if you would, please, where the miscalculation is on this?
So it's corrected in there now, but before, when we had approved it at the board up
Yeah.
top, if you see where it says paying a rate increase by $20, originally I had 15.
Right,
The numbers were all calculated as if it were a $20 increase.
okay,
So when we looked at the totals, it was a $20 increase, but we were under the assumption that it was a $15 increase.
right, okay.
When the board approved it, you approved a $15 increase, so we were just trying to be transparent.
So you have the 15 in there
In
now.
case you want to go back to a $15 increase, because you saw the bottom line.
Yeah. Now, I'm probably missing something I don't understand, because it says the rate increased by $10, and the bottom line number's 113,000.
We proposed when we came together that we had options for you. And so you chose the $15 rate.
Right,
And so our bottom line was actually 110,250, and it wasn't the 124,825 as we
right.
proposed.
I see, but what I'm looking at is that the rate increase by $15 is less revenue than the $10
Oh, I see
proposal.
what you're saying.
So that, yeah, we probably didn't look at that
That was
one either.
probably where the formulas
We're off.
were off, and I had just corrected because we had only talked about the 15, that's where I had corrected it. I didn't go back to the others. And that's probably where the
Okay,
formulas started.
okay, so
being
the
incorrect.
number for 15 is the 110, is that,
Yep.
that is correct?
That is correct.
Yep, 15 and the 20 are the two that are
Right,
revised.
and what we approved was the 20, but it was actually thinking it was the 15. Okay, I got it.
We just wanted to come to the board and say, even though you approved what you thought was a $15 increase, the bottom line was 124,000. So either we bump it to $20 and an increase so that we stay at the same bottom line, which is probably needed in this year's coming budget, or we stay at the $15 increase as we discussed, which will only get us to the 110,250, which we're just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Given that we have at least some conversation around the budget early in new business, I would suggest that we continue the conversation under new business and make a final determination.
And that would make sense, because you can see it now, and then we can talk about the rest of new business and then continue from there. Did anybody have any questions about the rest of the financials report?
Any questions? Good, thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
And Wes has a big tournament tomorrow, the Apex tournament, and he also has the big city tournament this weekend. So he was going to try to make it, but he might be coming in a little late.
Richmond Senior Recreation Center, Becky?
I'm
Oh.
sorry, I did have a couple of questions. I don't know if they can be answered.
That's fine.
I did want to mention, I played golf out there recently, and I was very pleased with the year-over-year improvements to the course.
Thank you.
And gave Wes a thank you, and it's obvious that we have a different situation than we had a year ago, so
That's wonderful.
I think everybody should be pleased with that, including the golf committee crew. So, in terms of the membership,
Comparison?
yeah, I see good things. You know, it's a 25% increase in membership. How many of those were the new proposal for the 1 year or current year one? Do we know the difference?
I do not have that information, but I
Okay.
can definitely get that for you.
Okay, I'm just curious if that was a big item or not. Curious. Thank you.
That's a good question, and we'll definitely see if they can pin that down from the new promotion that we did.
Thanks.
Any other questions? No. Okay. All right, Becky. No.
I'll go really fast. We had 22 new members in July. We actually have more members now in August, and we are almost at 400 new members in 2 years. So when you hear a huge explosion down there, it's because we're all happy dancing with our yoga balls. Brandon, I can't say enough about Brandon, who came and did a bird and bat thing for us. He owned everybody in that room. And, I mean, I think he almost had to push us away because he was there for over 2 hours, people asking questions, wanting to know. He was just tremendous. So we really have to give him a big shout out of thanks. It was tremendous.
Brandon's our trail and service leader. Brandon Paninsky, just to remind you about that.
Sorry about,
That's
should've done
okay.
that part. We've just finished doing all of our archiving, so all of the records from 1973 to present are organized together, displayed, labeled, and we're getting ready to put them now in a cabinet that we bought from a member who was moving, so that we can have an open house and showcase all of the history along with our art section. We're updating that because we have photographs that were paintings and drawings that were also from 73 to present. And we've identified them, we're labeling them. Some will be for auction too, and it's just exciting. We're getting one room done. And we'll be there by the end of August. I'm taking Leslie Hall, who was a longtime director there. I am picking her brain because I want to make sure the integrity of our history of all the artists is kept. So we're doing notes that way and being very careful. The laundry baskets still have not been picked up that we wanted to donate, so now Becky's going to go do laundry and volunteer time and donate all those baskets because we have 40 of them. Our Tai Chi has picked up for some wonderful reason. We had 35 people here last week and today, and so I guess everybody got the word from different places we went. It's great for your arthritis, and it's a really good Zen way to get energy. All in all, we're having fun. We got new drums, so that's why we don't have our laundry baskets, because we finally had enough donations given to us that we could buy big buckets to set the yoga balls on to do our drumming class. We had to go out and buy more the next week because we exceeded our 40 people, and now we have 44 people that go, so it's very popular. I really can't complain, except the next time I do a shedding sale, which we're doing our first one the end of this month, I will actually look at the calendar and say, wow, there's my husband's birthday, there's my anniversary, there's Labor Day. Oh, I'll fit all this in the same 4 days. So, but we are excited. We've got a lot of people for the shedding sale. They can choose to keep their own little mini garage sale table and keep their money and go to dinner or whatever they get, or they can choose to donate it to the senior center. So I'm excited. We're going to do it for 3 months in a row, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Good job.
Do you have any questions or anything?
I have a very random question.
But I love random questions.
Since this is an age-based service that we offer, do you have the ages of the members on file?
We do, I could tell you. I mean,
I'm just curious about the spread of the people that are.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because I've been looking to the future and I want to be able to attract. We're age 50 and beyond, and our oldest member's 94, and our youngest one, I believe, is 51. The big demographic, probably the big spread is from 62 to 75 in there.
That's helpful.
But I'm very aware that when I retire someday, if I ever do, I want to be able to open maybe longer hours to begin attracting people, because people in their 50s and 60s are still working, and they're not, I imagine they're going to keep working daytime jobs up to 70. So I'd like to experiment. I've talked to Denise about this, experiment with opening in the evenings with some programs, a couple evenings a week, to see if we can attract that demographic. Because I think it's important, and the only way to do that is to find the time they're available. So if we can stay open longer, I think our demographic will then fill in at a lower Because I'm aware that some of us, when we get towards 100, probably aren't going to hang out for the third century or anything, or the third decade. But yeah, that's a great question, and I'm already planning and thinking towards that because it's important. So,
Agree. I love the way you're thinking. Thank you very
well,
much.
thank you. I mean, brain keeps going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna? She's here from Widow Bush.
Yeah. Hello, Donna.
Hi, I'm Donna Hanley, and I'm the Widow Person's New Beginnings Coordinator. Have some exciting news to report. Presently, we have a mums fundraiser going on, selling some mums that we've done last year. And we have a presentation coming up next Monday. When people lose a loved one, sometimes that income goes from 2 incomes to 1. And we have a lady coming in doing a presentation on that, on just how to go through that, because it's a big change. And after that, you go to a budget, and your budget changes. And as you all know, at the grocery store, it's quite a shock. So we have another lady that's coming in, and she's going to help us have those people learn how to better budget and how to cook for, instead of 2 people, maybe just an individual, or how to get by with less money and go on. We also have a nurse that I conversed with, and she's going to bring in a medical team to talk to people about what things to look for when we get older and how to cope with those things and go to your medical doctor and go through those things, where a lot of times we think, oh, well, I had that ache or pain, and we have found out, I know from a couple people that's come into my office, they've lost a loved one with those symptoms. So we've got that going on. And then we have an Alzheimer's group that meets the last Wednesday of the month. I work with Livestream. Those loved ones that have their caregivers get to come in once a month, have an hour, have a free lunch provided by Livestream, and get to converse and talk with each other about the services that they're getting for their loved one that has Alzheimer's, which is becoming more prevalent. So those are some things I wanted you all to know that we're working with, because when you lose a loved one, there's a lot of things you have to face. And now I want to open those doors so those people have resources. Any questions?
Wonderful. If we would like to support the mum fundraiser, how do we go about contacting?
Come out to the center. We have forms right at the front desk, or I have forms with me.
Okay,
We'll have
wonderful.
forms at the park office as well.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can answer any other questions on any of the other reports, if anybody has any.
Any questions about any of the remaining division reports?
No.
No? No?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Board concerns and comments? All right, hearing none. Delegations and correspondence?
I did want to draw your attention to the council information regarding the BOT delivery method. So this is just some reading material that I would love for you guys to look over. This is something I will be presenting to council on Monday, and I'll have BF&S, the consultants, here to talk through this as well. They are consultants for the gorge. They're our civil engineers that are actually subs for MKSK for the gorge. And so they're kind of talking through the process right now on the BOT delivery method. And we've kind of talked a little bit about this. I know I did mention this to council during my budget presentation, but this is just kind of the first step in the process of a different type of delivery method that we're seeking out for the gorge. And right now, we've always done with the city is a DBB, a design bid build method. And so this is a different type of method, but one that will seek a few more benefits for at least the gorge and some other projects that the city has going. And for the gorge, the benefits that we seek to hope for this are a guaranteed maximum pricing benefit, as well as, we do have deadlines for some of these projects. And so I think this will kind of work alongside our current design team. and they'll work together to really understand the cost analysis and the permitting and things like that. So we'll be able to kind of work more as a collaborative effort and get things done in a more timely fashion. So what we've learned on phase one is things take time. And as you know, phase one has taken a lot of time. And everything's going well there, but from the time that we implemented that land and water conservation application to where we are today has taken a ton of time. And I think you all know me. I like things done overnight. This has been a little bit of a struggle for me and a challenge with the way that I like to do business. So quality work is important, but also I do like things to be done in a timely manner. So I think this will help in terms of a delivery method that will seek a little bit more benefits for us. So read over that. If you have any questions in terms of the BOT method delivery, I am happy to answer those, but there's a ton of information in there, and I can answer anything that you have. Okay? And I will be presenting that to council on Monday, and also the Finance Committee. And then it'll come to you on the 11th of September.
Anything else under delegations and correspondence? Any questions? All right. Nothing under old business, so we'll move on to new business. Park and Recreation 2026 proposed budget.
So I just wanted to kind of highlight our budget. Originally, we were going to talk a little bit about the non-reverting and reverting funds tonight. I did give you a packet of our budgets at our last meeting. I'm sure you were able to read all of that. It was kind of our financial strategy. And so we were going to kind of talk through the budgets this evening. There's a few budgets that at least our park fund has changed considerably since yesterday. So I'm going to bring Tracy up here a little bit to kind of talk through that and have that conversation, just to kind of let you know why we decided to table that until the next meeting. And then hopefully I'll have better numbers for you for the park fund. And we've also pushed back committee as a whole. So we have some time, but I just wanted Tracy to be able to give you a little bit more insight on that.
Good afternoon. I'm Tracy McGinnis, the City Controller. As you well know, we're in the budget process, and it has been quite a challenge this year with the implementing of SB 1. We've lost a considerable amount of dollars. So we're trying to work with that. We also are facing the challenge that normally we have received our information from the state regarding our maximum levy, what our circuit breakers are going to be. We have not received that yet. So we're having to push back the committee of the whole or the approval process for the budget. In regards to the park budget itself, yesterday I found an error, and it's on me. I get it. We had a line in all of the budgets that we had to take out, which I did. I missed one, and it was the park budget. So after we pulled it out, there was obviously an issue. It brought it to a negative balance. I've worked with Denise almost exclusively today. We're trying to get that worked out. We're getting close. We're getting close, but we're not there yet, and that's one of the reasons we need to delay this, because we still have a way to go to get it where it needs to be. But I'm confident that we will. It may involve some cuts here and there, but that's to be expected. The mayor is having a meeting with department heads Monday morning. We're all going to go over the budget. We're going to do what we can. We really want to get a balanced budget before council this year, so that's our goal. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Any questions?
Can you talk a little bit about the extent of the change that we should be anticipating to the bottom line of the parks budget?
The error actually took the cash balance, or the projected cash balance for the 2204 account to a negative 600,000. We have worked today to bring that down. We're down to about negative 200,000 right now, but I'm confident we can get it where it needs to be. I mean, we have a ways to go, but yes, we'll get it.
And do you think that we will be prepared for that at our next regular meeting?
When is your next regular meeting? Next? No.
No,
September
next
11th.
month.
Yeah. We're looking to put, the committee of the whole is going to be pushed back to the latter part of September. That's as far as we can push it. That will give us time to get the information that we hope, get the information we need from the state to be able to finalize the budgets.
And this is just for my own curiosity. I'm trying to remember. The budget has to be passed by city council beginning of October, end of October?
Yes.
End of
Yes, I don't have my budget calendar
that's
with
okay. I
me.
was just curious.
But it is going to be tight because the state has delayed and
Yeah.
there are certain things the DLDF or the Department of Local Government Finance says you have to do this date, and there's no changes, so we have to work around that.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Any other questions?
No question.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Tracy.
Officially table.
Yep. All right, so I will entertain a motion to officially table until the September 11th meeting, the Park and Recreation 2026 proposed budget.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Okay, approval of revised contract 71-2025 to Davy Resource Group.
Yes, so you'll remember this contract came up a couple months ago. We actually brought that before the board and it was approved. The Davy Resource Group did have a few changes that they wanted to see after we actually approved it. This went back to legal and the legal team reviewed the changes from the Davy Resource Group legal team. And they approved some of those changes and went back and forth a little bit on some of their concerns. And so now we have a actual contract that has been revised by both parties that we're bringing back to you for approval going forward. And again, I have Laura here who is happy to speak to you about the contract, to refresh your memory about the CUF grant and what we do and what we've done to receive these funds from the DNR. But again, this was already pre-approved by Park Board before, and now we just are asking again for your approval for the contract. But again, it was just reviewed by legal and everybody has approved it.
Is it the same number?
It's the exact same number. It was
Okay.
just some of the verbiage that was in the contract that they were interested in changing, and then legal approved that verbiage to be changed.
How I had it in my mind, it was 10,000 less than this, and I don't understand why it's not. Okay.
Laura, again, is here as our certified arborist to talk about the project or anything else that you have any questions about.
Do you have any questions we would like to ask of Laura? No? All right. I will entertain a motion for approval of the revised contract 7/1/2025 to Davy Resource Group.
So moved.
Second.
There's a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Approval of intercategory transfer.
And I'll have Emma come up in case you have any questions. I'll try to kind of talk through this a little bit. But this is a transfer. We actually, the fence that was erected at Diamond One was actually paid out of the mayor's funds, if you'll remember. And during that construction process, we needed to add a top rail corrugated yellow addition to that was not included in the contract. And so we added that to the contract. You all did approve that. However, that was added into the mayor's fund. That should have been taken out of the McBride Fund as an addition because that was a cap that we had on the mayor's contract for that. So unfortunately, we just need to transfer from McBride back to the mayor's account to account for that overage of the $3,000, if that all makes sense. So it was really just added in as a overage, and it should have been out of our account instead of into that particular line item. So we just need to transfer it over. Did that all make sense, Emma?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly. It was just taken out of the wrong.
Yeah.
Any questions for Denise or Emma?
Again, out of curiosity. On the transfer, it says the account that it is being transferred to is a Parks Capital account. Why is it called that if it's from the
McBride?
mayor's office?
No, it's being transferred.
It's because in order to transfer to the other, because one's they're not the same. I don't have it in front of me, but one of them they're different types of accounts. So one's a capital and one is, I believe it's a contractual. Is it a 3,000 account?
Well, the Parks Capital account that we have is if we sell any properties, it goes into that account. So the McBride, Berryfield all went into the Parks Capital account.
So will there be another transfer from the Parks Capital account to the mayor's account?
I believe we can do a journal correction that way.
Okay.
But because they're two separate types of accounts, we have to do a transfer, which means we have to bring it to the board for approval. But then once they're in the same type of account, which are both the capital accounts, we can do a journal correction. I believe Tracy's the one
set
that will
this
be
up.
doing it. But I believe that that's how it works because you can't transfer from like a contractual account to a capital account. They don't
Right.
fit
Joys
together.
of government accounting.
Yes.
And she'll do the other transfer.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No. Okay, entertain a motion to approve the intercategory transfer.
So moved.
Second.
All right, there's a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Next, we will continue our discussion about the rate increases.
So I guess I have a question. Were the rates that we approved ever published? No.
Yeah, nope. And which is kind of why it came up is because we were preparing next year's rate sheets and everything. Amber was doing a really good job at triple checking everything. And that's how we kind of figured it out.
That would have been a big concern of mine. I would hate to accidentally pull some sort of bait and switch on the community, but given that the new rates have not been published, given what we know about the budget, given that we anticipated having a specific total amount come from these rates, I think we should approve the 2026 proposed rates at an increase of $20 for the total of $124-ish thousand into the budget.
And that's another reason we wanted to be transparent is because when the rate changes did come out, we didn't want you guys to see, oh, wait, you said $15, why is it coming out as a $20 increase? So that's another reason.
Thank you.
Is the Park Department in agreement with that proposal by?
We don't like to raise any rates. We would like to give the community everything that we have for free. Unfortunately, it's not something that we have to offer. As you heard from the controller, we're trying to find $600,000 at this point. So just to make our budget work. So because of an error. So at this point, we don't have an option. And the services that we render, while they are services that we think are important for all of our community, we want to do the best that we can, and we want to provide good services, quality services. So, we appreciate every user in our community. We appreciate when they do utilize our facilities, and we want them to be quality. So we will do our best to make sure that they are quality and give them the services that they are expecting with this rate increase.
And I will say we aren't, as of right now, and hopefully we aren't changing any of our outdoor rentals rates with this increase. This is just our cabins and venues. So that way those can stay the same. What was that?
I just wonder if you could speak into the mic so we could hear you a little more
sorry.
clearly. Thank you.
Yeah, we're not changing any of our outdoor rental rates. As of now, we're just increasing our indoor cabins and our venue rates. So that way we don't have to, we're trying not to increase everything so that we still can keep things as affordable as we can while also having to keep our budget where we can keep it.
Any other questions for Emma or Denise? All right. We'll entertain a motion to approve the rate increases with the revision proposed for 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries.
Thank you.
Anything else for today? Okay, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
All right, first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned.